So here are the sheets that we created. We have our 4 line graphs and our map. Let's put these all together on a dashboard. At the bottom, I'll click on New Dashboard. In the dashboard pane, we can choose the size of our dashboard. You can choose a specific fixed size. You can choose automatic, which means it will adjust based on the size of the screen. Or you can choose range, which makes the size adjust automatically within certain size parameters. I'm going to keep range, but I'm going to make the maximum height a little bit higher. Then there is the Sheets section, which shows us the line charts and the maps that we've created. And at the bottom, in the Objects section, these are the elements that we can add to our dashboard. So to combine our charts, we can just drag them one by one onto the workspace and choose their positions relative to one another. This legend is taking up a lot of space, so I'm going to click this drop-down menu and select Floating, and move it to the middle of the ocean where it's not in the way. So this is basically what I want, but it's hard to really compare countries on these line graphs. We can make it easier to isolate and see individual lines by adding what Tableau calls filters. There's an easy way to do this. If I select the map sheet and click on the hover over the funnel icon, it says Use as Filter. Click this. Now when you click on a country on the map, you'll see that country's corresponding line on the line chart. You can control and click to compare a few different countries. You can create a similar effect by adding a highlight action to your dashboard. So I'm going to remove the map filter and go to the menu and select Dashboard Actions. I'll click Add Action and select Highlight. The source sheet will be the map, and the target sheets will be our line charts. I'd like the highlighting to happen whenever I hover over a country on the map, so I'll select Hover, and then select OK. And I'm going to rename this Now I can hover over a country, and it highlights that country's lines on the graph. You can still see the rest of the lines in the background, which is helpful. I could, if I wanted to, add another highlight action that would work in the reverse way. Now I can hover over a line and see the country on the map, or hover over the country and see the line on the chart. So this is basically how I want my dashboard to look. So I'm just going to take a moment to format it a little bit more nicely. So I want to add some blank spaces, not quite that much, but I'll add a title at the top. it a little bigger, like a title. Try that again. Add some instructions on how to interact with the visualization. Keep forgetting to format. Okay, so that is basically what I want it to look like. So this is my dashboard. The other way I could present this data, especially if I wanted more control over the narrative, is with Tableau's story function. So now I'll choose New Story, and we can create kind of a slideshow with what Tableau calls story points. For the first one, I'd like to show the map. And I can add some text to explain what's on the map. And we have all of our formatting options, of course, at the top. So now I'm going to add a new story point. And for the second one, I would like to zero in on Nepal. So for this one, I'll select Nepal. And I'll add another story point. And in this one, I'm going to highlight the life expectancy over time in Nepal because it is well above the other countries. So you can change fonts, colors, and size like you can with a dashboard. And if you want, you can even put an entire dashboard into a story. So let me go back to my dashboard to resize it. And I'll select Fixed Size, Fit to Story 1. So that looks kind of bizarre the way that it is, but I would play with this a little bit to make it make more sense. And now we can add another story point and bring the whole dashboard in, and it maintains its interactivity. We can also make some formatting adjustments. I could add short captions to describe what's on each slide, or if you'd like a simpler look, you can select Layout and do maybe dots. People can navigate through this way. And Tableau Stories gives you more control in guiding the viewers explicitly through the data and the story that you would like it to tell. So the final assignment and the main part of your course completion is to create your own data visualization. You can create a story or a dashboard and you can use whatever data you'd like, depending on how much time you'd like to spend on this assignment. I'll mention again that Tableau Public has a handful of cleaned and formatted datasets. And if your primary goal for this course is to practice using Tableau and flex your visual design skills, this might be the way to go. Finding, curating, formatting, and cleaning data from somewhere else or using your own data is certainly welcome, but it could easily spiral into a much more time-consuming project than you intended to do for this course and for a course of this scope. So once you've created your visualization, please save it to Tableau Public and share a link to your profile on our discussion board. There is a video on the Tableau Public Resources page, I believe it's video 20, that will show you how to do this. So thank you for joining me for Module 4, and I look forward to seeing your visualizations.